Well, tonight, big game at Winslow. Sports on Radio's coverage of Northland basketball brought to you by Choice Wireless. Socially distanced from the victorious head coach of Winslow right there. His name is Venton Nelson, and he joins us now. Coach Nelson, welcome in to our postgame wrap-up, and congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
On a huge win over a good team.
Yes, it was a huge win, and we're so fortunate to pull that off here at home. I mean, Snowflake, they battled. They're a really good team, and, you know, it came down to the wire, and we're lucky we got that deflection, and Richard got that steal there at the end to win the game for us. And you know, I was chewing my nails over on the sideline there. It was such a good game.
Coach, there are some moments out there in the game tonight where, you know, players are just flying all over the floor, diving, sprawling, scrapping, you know, fighting tooth and nail for the basketball. What a spirited game tonight. Both teams just leaving everything on the floor, right, in the effort.
That's the beauty of the game. That's the beauty of North, you know, the North area, Northern Arizona basketball. You know, they love the game, and my kids, you know, they're relentless, and you know, after the Gilbert Christian game, we had a different type of new identity. You know, we scrapped and battled over there down south against the big guys, and from there on, you know, that's the way we played our game, and tonight it showed again. And so proud of these boys. You know, so grateful to be coaching them.
Talking with head coach Venton Nelson of the Winslow Bulldogs. They win tonight. They beat Snowflake 64-63. Had to hold on. Coach, Snowflake came out of the blocks early, and they dominated the game early. Your team had to fight back, and you did, and you come back and you get a fourth quarter lead, start building on that, got a double-digit lead over Snowflake, and then they make the comeback and get back into the game. Walk us through the final, minute of the game for you and your team as you were trying to engineer that victory.
You know, well, actually, that first half, we just weren't ourselves. I don't know what happened. You know, a lot of one-on-one. You know, when we get a lot of one-on-one, we get a lot of standing around. And, you know, those kids like to break out their cameras and start taking pictures. I don't know what the deal is, but, you know, we had to regroup second half and came out a lot better. Came out, played Winslow basketball, got in the flow, and got our shots in the flow. And in that final minute there, we were up 7, I believe, 7 or 6, something like that, and it narrowed down. And we got to come up with a different game plan on our press breakers at the end of that. So, you know, Snowflake just pressured us and denied the inbound pass. You know, something that we do. So, you know, but we don't see that in practice usually. So we can't really work on that type of scenario. So, but you know, we got it.
Coach Nelson, you know, when we talk about 3A East rivalries, I don't want to disrespect my Holbrook Roadrunners. I'm a Roadrunner, okay? Graduated from Holbrook, but and I know that Holbrook's going to say, you know, our rivalry with Winslow, that's the one. That's the, you know, for us, it's the Winslow rivalry. But listen, over the last few years, it's Winslow and Snowflake. I mean, when it comes down to who are the two teams, the two big teams in the clash of titans, I really think it's Snowflake, Winslow. I don't know, do you feel the same way? And how do you feel about this rivalry with the Lobos?
Over the past years, man, it's been great basketball against Snowflake. You know, they give us a challenge. You know, not only them. I mean, you got Blue Ridge back, you know, 2 years ago when they had a really good team, and they, you know, how many times did we go in overtime over there with them in the past? You know, we always had an overtime game with them over there, and you know, they're really good teams. But Snowflake's tough. I mean, they give us a beating when we go over there to go play in their neck of the woods, and you know, it's a great rivalry, and it's becoming a great rivalry, and I hope it continues.
Coach, before I let you go, I have to ask about Dustin Richard, the dislocated shoulder injury from a couple of weeks ago, the recovery, the path back, the status on him, and of course we see him out there playing with that brace on his shoulder. He looked pretty good tonight. How's he doing?
He's doing pretty good. I mean, now he's complaining about shin splints. I think it's just the jumping around too much. But, you know, Dustin is a great kid. You know, he works hard, and that shoulder's it's healing up. It's healing up slowly. I seen him kind of massaging it a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I think it's okay. Now it's just his shins we got to worry about and take care of,
I'm going to ask you about two more players. We're going to get to the player of the game, the Sports on Radio player of the game. That is Tyrell Young for the great second half that he gave you. But we could have given it to Jeremiah Baijo, who started the game for you and was dominant in that first half. And it looks to me like Jeremiah has made the full transition to becoming a Bulldog, to fitting into the system and giving you then the talent that he has. Great first half by Jeremiah. Start with him. How did you, what did you think?
Jeremiah is a special kid, and I like the kid a lot. When he first transferred in and was with us, he had a hard time adjusting to what we do. I felt like defensively was his biggest challenge. He had to get better defensively. We talked to him about it. We pointed out to what he was doing wrong defensively and what we expect from him, and he's caught on. And his offense says it for himself. He finds those shots. He knows how to use his body. He knows how to create on his own. And I think a lot of that, last year playing for Tuba City, he was a lot more one-on-one type of style player. But now, we got him doing more team stuff, running our offense. And we tell him, you got to look for your shot in the flow of the offense. Once you look for your shot in the flow of the offense, then it brings the whole team together, and then we're a lot better, and it's more exciting. But he's a great kid overall. I just love the kid. He's well-rounded, respectful, carries himself well. He's a good kid, really good.
Coach, we named Tyrell Young the player of the game. High Point man, 17 points, 15 of that after the break. He turned it on in the second half. How important was Tyrell in the outcome of the game today?
Tyrell, I can't say enough about Tyrell. He works hard day in and day out. When game day comes, he's prepared. During practice, he works hard in practice, and he's committed to the team. And he's been in a slump lately. Even though he's averaging about 11 points a game, I feel like he was in a slump. And this second half, he really put it together and gave a good performance. And I'm happy he got player of the game here. I hope this continues and he finds his rhythm and starts to pick up his point average and stuff like that. So he did good.
Coach, you gave the fans all that they bargained for tonight. I think the basketball fans, are very happy at the end of it. They're going to sleep well because they were entertained tonight.
I hope so. I hope they do sleep well. Thank you for tuning in. I love it.
You got it. Congratulations on the win, Coach Nelson, and keep it going, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, Venton Nelson is the head coach of the Winslow Bulldogs. They get a win tonight at home over Snowflake, 64-63. The Bulldogs came in ranked number 3. Snowflake was number 2. What do you think? Did they flip positions? Do they become number 2 now and Snowflake drop to 3? That would seem to make sense, wouldn't it? What a win for Winslow as they knock off Snowflake tonight. It's Northland Basketball. It's presented by Choice Wireless.